What is the difference between being burnt out and being depressed? And not just the difference, but the feeling that you get. What's the feeling that you get when you're being depressed, when you're depressed, or the feeling that you get when you are burnt out? I was talking to a good friend of mine, and we started talking about what it feels like to be depressed. What it feels like. We was like, you feel sad. You may feel hopeless. You may lose interest in things that you used to enjoy. That's what we came up with, that when you are depressed, that you can feel these things. So then we started talking about, what does it feel like to be burnt out? What is that feeling? And we came up with feeling empty, mentally exhausted, lack of motivation, and caring. So for depressed, we said sad, hopeless, lose interest in things that you enjoy. And for being burnt out, that you feel empty, mentally exhausted, lack of motivation, and caring. And with everything that's going on in life today, if you turn on the TV or social media, you almost want to hide under your bed because there's so much going on. But we don't usually talk about being depressed or burnt out, though. We don't usually talk about it. If we do, we really don't talk about it at work, because at work, it's full speed ahead. There is no time. There's too much to do. We have too many responsibilities. People are dependent on us. Then, sometimes at home, we don't talk about it either for the same reason, right? We have so much to do around the house. People are depending on us. And we have so many responsibilities. The question is that, what do you do when you start to feel depressed or burnt out? Or if you don't feel those things, what do you do to stay on track so you don't feel those things? The answer is self-care. You practice self-care. You fill up your cup. So your cup is your own self-care. You fill up your cup. What's in the cup is for you. What flows out the cup, that's for everybody else. But if your cup isn't filled, you have nothing to give for everybody else. And you can't be effective. For years, I neglected self-care. Years. I didn't believe in it. I didn't think I needed it. I didn't have time for it. Honestly, I thought it was outright dumb. And then one day, after being exhausted just from life, I decided to give it a try. I didn't have a system or a routine like I do now. I didn't even know what I was going to do. But I had recently read a book that talked about meditating, so I tried it. I sat on the floor. I crossed my legs. I closed my eyes. What happened next? Nothing. My thoughts kept racing. I didn't know what to focus on. So I just sat there and I meditated for 10 minutes. When I finished, I thought, I feel better. I'm ready. Let's go. It worked. Right. But then a week later, I decided to try again. This time with a little assistance. So I downloaded a free app. I sat on the floor. I crossed my legs. I turned on the app and I followed the meditation. This time, my thoughts didn't race as much. Through the app, I was told what to focus on, when to take a deep breath, and when to let it out. When the timer went off, I did feel better. I felt calmer. I felt centered. I like that feeling. So then I started meditating every day. So now I use a different app. So my app has changed. I changed where and how I sit. I can now meditate without having to follow a guide. But it made a difference. I could feel a difference. And then I started adding other things along the way until I get to where I am now with my morning routine. Started off rough, started off rocky, shaky, not consistent, no flow, no purpose. But then it got to where we are today. And now I look at my morning routine not just as a benefit to myself, because it is a huge benefit to myself, but it's a benefit to others because I'm nicer, I'm calmer, I have more patience, and I'm more focused. Sometimes when I'm doing my exercises, every now and then somebody will call. And I always be like, nope, it's in their best interest. I finish this exercise routine before I take the call. So my morning routine doesn't just benefit me. It benefits me, but it benefits other people that I interact with. The thing about self-care, though, is that you may not be motivated to do it. I wasn't. And I'm not motivated every morning when I'm doing my morning routine. But I'm disciplined. Because I know that when I start skipping my morning routine, it will set me up on a path that I don't want to be on. So I stay consistent with my morning routine. Also know that what is self-care for me may not be for you. Everyone's self-care looks different. You have to find what's best for you. Now, on November 18th, from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., there's a free symposium. The topics to be discussed are consistency, taking action, confidence, mobility, breathing techniques, faith, and finance, with a phenomenal host. At the symposium, you will learn something to add to your self-care so that you can help fight depression and burnout. Now, today's live, I just want to come on and say that if there are any questions, put them in the comment box or or hit the plus button if you want to come up and ask your questions. But I want to come on and make sure I talked about what's the difference between depression, burnout, and what you can do to help either get from that or to stay on track so you don't head that way. So if there's any questions, now's the time to ask. I'm not going to keep people on if they don't have any questions. I want to thank everybody for coming on the live today. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m., I go live on Instagram to answer people's questions if they have any questions about HR, to answer people's questions. If you haven't already signed up for the newsletter, I say it every week. What are you waiting for? The link is in the bio. Sign up for the newsletter today. Every Friday it comes out. Talks about employment, confidence, consistency. It comes up with time management tools, all types of information. So that's some of the things that I talk about in the newsletter. And it comes out every Friday. So there's a question. How to practice these techniques at work? That's a good question. Because one of the things I talk about too is that you need to be doing self-care, not just your morning routine, but throughout your day. So at work, what are you doing to practice your self-care? And I created a journal, the 5-minute journaling. That's one thing that you can do at work to practice self-care. You can journal. You can go leave your desk, go outside, take a walk, get some fresh air. That is so important. People miss out on that. A lot of times we get stuck sitting in one spot because we're so focused. We need to take time out to take a break, get some fresh air. I call it my smoke break, even though I don't smoke, but I go outside, get some fresh air, because people who smoke, they take smoke breaks every so many, usually once an hour. They go out for 10 minutes, get a smoke break, and then they come back in. Well, people who don't smoke, they just still stay at their desk working. You know, we all need what I call a smoke break. Go out, get some sun, get some fresh air, take a deep breath, maybe do a lap around your office building or your house, and then come back in. Again, you can journal, you can meditate, because there's the apps now. You can meditate for 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 30 minutes. So you can meditate as well. So those are things that you should be doing throughout your day to practice self-care. Let's see. So, no, I don't see any other questions on here. Let me check Facebook. No other questions on Facebook. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming on the live today. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. I go live on Instagram and Facebook. We'll be adding YouTube. Be going live there as well. But we're not at YouTube yet. But Facebook and Instagram for sure, every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Thank you for coming on the live. Check the link in the story to sign up for the 2023 Takeoff Symposium. Oh, wait, there's a question. Are you excited about the 2023 Symposium? Yes, I am. I'm very excited about the symposium. I hope everybody should be. You're going to learn a lot of information. A lot of information. Again, we're talking about consistency, confidence, taking action, mobility, breathing techniques, faith, and finance. If you want to get your 2023 started on the right track, then on November 18th from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., sign up for the free symposium. We're giving away a lot of giveaways. Every speaker is giving away a giveaway. Every speaker. So there's a chance for you to win something if you sign up for the symposium. So yes, that's a great question. I am excited. If you're on the call now and you haven't signed up, go to the link in my story and sign up today for the symposium. It's free, November 18th, 2023. Angela's one of the great speakers that's going to be on there. Tess Marie, if she's still in here, she's one of the speakers that's going to be on there. Rosie Rose, she's in here. She's one of the speakers that's going to be on there. So we got great speakers. It's virtual, so you don't have to go anywhere. You can watch it on your lunch break. You can watch and learn. You will get something from it. I guarantee it. You will not walk away from the symposium and say, man, I didn't get anything. You're going to be on fire. You're going to be on fire when you finish the symposium on November 18th. It's a great lineup. Thank you. It's a lot of great speakers, and you're going to learn a lot that day. You really are. In that hour and 30 minutes, you're going to learn so much. Again, the link is in my stories. If you go to my stories, sign up. Please sign up today for the symposium. Again, it's free. So let me see. No other questions on Instagram. I don't see any other questions. Facebook, there's no questions. Thank you all for coming on my live today. And every Wednesday at 4 p.m. live. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, sign up. The link is in the bio. Every Friday that comes out. And I'll see you at work. Hey, before you leave, I need you to subscribe. We need more rocket stars to land their dream job. Subscribe.